Hello everyone, welcome to Nelson School online education program. Learn the tenses exercise. Now it's time to give you the answers. So question 1b is rewrite the following sentences using the tenses that is given in the brackets or they have directed you. Before we could go for that, we'll go for the tenses explanation in a short while. So there are three main kinds of tenses: present tense, past tense and future tense. Then we have four basic tenses, or you can say subtenses, which are divided into simple, simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Okay, so it is simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Then we have simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. Then we have simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. So like this three main tenses with the four other subtenses. So 3 4s are 12. So in short we have 12 subtenses. Now while making a tense table, you can see what I have laid down here. The main tenses I have laid down, and at the side horizontal are the subtenses and vertical you can see are the main tenses. So when we talk about the simple present tense, so simple present tense covers universal truths plus habitual facts, okay? And whenever you have to use some negative sentence is there, whenever you have to use some negative word, or when it's interrogative, we are going to use do and does. Do you like ice creams? Or when you have to use negative, I do not like ice cream. We cannot say I not like ice cream. So whenever you want to have a negative stress and an interrogative stress, we have to use for simple present do and does. Now for simple past, it's in the second form that the verb carries ed. Now when you have to, in simple past tense, when you have to use the negative and the interrogative, we'll be using did. We did not like ice cream. Okay, and I did not like ice cream. If you want to have a interrogative stress, so you have to use did we like ice cream. Now one thing you have to keep in mind, whenever you are using did, the verb that you are using or the action verb that you are using should be in its first form. Now simple future, you have to use will and shall. Now when will be used and when is shall used. Now shall is used with the first person, I shall, we shall. And will is used with the second and the third person, that is you will, he will, she will, it will, they will. Okay. Now we'll talk about the continuous tenses. Always ing will be there only. Fine. But when you talk about the present continuous tense, it is am is are plus the verb in its ing form. When it is past continuous, it is was and were plus the verb in its ing form. When it is future continuous, then it is will and shall usually. But before adding verb to the verb ing, we have to add one small word, that is be form of the verb. So will be raining, shall be raining. Okay. Then when you talk about the perfect tenses, now the perfect tenses, one thing you have to keep in mind, that the perfect tenses, the action verb always is used in its third form, or you can say is it's used in its participle form. Okay, now there are three words that we usually use it for perfect tenses, that is has, have and had. Now we have to use has and have with present perfect, had with past perfect, and will have and shall have with future perfect. Now when do we use in present perfect has? When it is singular. Okay, she has. And when will we use present perfect have? That is we have. So when we have singular, we'll use has. When we have plural, we'll use have, and verb in its third form. Now with past perfect, had is there. Okay, and third form of the verb, had written. Now when future perfect tense is there, we'll use either will have or shall have. I shall have written my notes by then, or he will have written his notes by then. Now we'll go for the perfect continuous tenses. Now you just see the two words perfect means now for the presence of has, have and had. Continuous means the presence of ing. Now these two words we have to use only, has, have, had plus ing. But before adding ing to the verb, we use one small word, that is been, been, to show that the action is going on or was going on at some particular time. Now when we talk about present perfect continuous tense, we will be using has been or have been plus the verb ing. For past, as usual, had is used, so it's had been plus ing. Future, same way, will have been plus ing and shall have been plus ing. So next, this was the exercise sent to you today. He did his work with diligence. So very first thing we have to do, children, is when we just go for the changing the tenses, it's better because tenses deals in verbs. So we have to find out the verb itself, and then that verb only you have to change. So it is he did his work with diligence. So did is the verb, children. So you have to deal with this did. change into future perfect. Now future perfect will have, okay. Now because it is he, so I'll be using will have, and the original verb will come to its third form. So he will have done his work with diligence. Number 2, he is riding a horse. So what is your verb? Is riding, okay. Now this you have to change it to future continuous, so you can use will be, shall be, both, but because it is he, I'll be using will be. So it is he will be riding a horse. He helps his father in his work. This helps. This you have to change it into simple past. So it's not negative, so only ed you have to put to the verb. So it is he helped his father in his work. Number 4, will you be visiting this place? So it's an interrogative statement, but the verb is will be visiting. Okay, this you have to change it to present continuous. So we are talking about you, so I'll be using are out of Amazon. So it is are you visiting this place and a question mark. Next, he had never lived alone. So it is had lived is the verb in the question, that you have to change it to present perfect. Now present perfect will be has or had, has or have, because it is he, so we'll be using has. So it is he has never lived alone. Thank you. Now, number 6, they had been jumping. So the verb given here is had been jumping, that is past perfect continuous. This you're supposed to change it to future continuous. So future continuous should be will or shall plus be and verb ing. So it will be they will be jumping. Why I have taken will? Because they is the third person pronoun. Number 7, it will have been raining. Now it is will have been raining is the verb. Now this is in future perfect continuous tense. You have to use past perfect, that is had, and the verb in its third form. Okay, so you will write it had rained. Number 8, he plays cricket. Okay, so this plays, this is the verb in simple present tense. This you have to change it to past perfect continuous. So past perfect is had been and ing continuous, because it is, so it is he had been playing cricket. Number 9, Rima is learning driving. So here the verb is learning, that is present continuous. This you have to change it to the future perfect continuous. So we'll be using will have learnt, or we'll be using shall have learnt. But because it is Rima, third person pronoun, so we'll be using will. So it is Rima will have learnt driving. Number 10, Amit runs fast. Okay, so runs is the verb in its simple present tense. Now this is past perfect continuous tense you have to change to. So it is past perfect, the verb should be had, and because it is continuous, so we'll be using been, 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 and ing form. So it will be Amit had been running fast. So I hope you understood all the 10 examples. I'll be even giving you the PDF form so you can tell your answers and complete the revision book. Thank you.